Okay, this one is actually already done on paper, and I'm just going to point you through the process. So they gave us a table of values instead of an equation and instead of a graph. So in a minute, when we read further into this and it says approximate f of negative 6.02, instead of saying, well, you know what, I could just actually find the real value, the actual value of it. Yeah, you could if you had an equation, but in this case, you don't, so you can't. So in order to find the equation of a tangent line, well, of course, we write the point slope form. And I fill in everything that I know and find what I don't know. And I needed, well, the x value. Don't just be copying. Just you can look at where I'm pointing. Copy later. I needed the x value and the y value associated with it. And there they were. There's x minus negative 6. There's y minus 2. And I needed the slope at negative 6, which was 1/2. So we put that there. And then we ended up with this, right? So there's the process on that. Take a minute and copy that if you need to. Make sure you know where all the numbers came from. For me, the process started here, and then I backed up and said, oh, I need to know this, I need to know that. You didn't have to write all this, but it was there, and it was good to know. Now, the obvious question is, why do we know all this stuff, and why do we know all this stuff? I don't know, just for fun. If you want to find other tangent lines, there it is. Look, extra work, just for fun. But we haven't answered the whole question. And I do want to warn you, as you look at this problem, you could look at it and say, oh, I feel overwhelmed, given the table of values below, write the equation, use it to approximate. Take it one step at a time. Up to this point, all we've done is this. We wrote the equation of the line tangent to the graph at x equals negative 6. And again, we don't even have the graph, but we have enough information to get a tangent line. And now we're going to approximate f of negative 6.02. So f of negative 6.02 is, again, not something we would know perfectly because we do not have an actual equation. All we have is a table. If we had an actual equation, we could do it. But now we don't. We just have to use our little approximation. So f of negative 6.02 is approximately, there it is. There's a little negative sign floating around in there. 1/2 times negative 6.02 plus 5. We can do this one without a calculator. This is equal to, not approximately, okay? We are approximating this by moving forward, but as we move forward with this, it's equal. So negative 3.01, because half of 6.02 is 3.01, and then plus 5, and that gives us just a little bit less than